Okay, and good morning. So today's video is just going to be a quick update on where I'm at with the dining room kitchen and what I'm planning on doing in the laundry, which I'm already planning despite the fact that I haven't finished this yet. I think that's pretty much me, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to flip things around. So this is our dining room area. That lump there is my industrial sewing machine, and I have done basically the top coat of plaster on the joins for most of this whole area. So basically the kitchen, I have completely done that. The top coat of plaster is on the whole way around, including up in there, which you can't really see, including this corner, which was the most involved one, right around to the beginning, the left side of that corner. So that side over there is yet to be done. I've still got to do that big join there. I've done the ones above the window. Sorry about the sun flare there. Still got to do the ones below the window and the big one that you can see next to the tiling. So once all this is done, next step will be obviously to sand it, and then I will be skim coating. So this whole wall, basically this whole room, should turn white. Now keep in mind that I have never skim coated before, so I guess we will just see how things go. Now as far as the laundry is concerned, this rather messy room here, sorry about the racket, that's the front loader doing its final spin. What I am planning on doing is, so these shelves here, the right hand side I want to replace that with a 900mm wide cupboard, and then on the left hand side I want to have a shelf. I'm not sure whether I'm going to reuse one of these yet or use one of those wardrobe type shelves. The upside with the wardrobe type shelf is that they come with everything so you can hang things on them, because I want to be able to hang stuff over the sink. I would also like to replace this silly tiled area here with something a little bit more useful. It just looks tacky. I hadn't actually realised just how bad it looked until I saw it on this. I'm going to keep the blind the way it is. I made that quite a few years ago, and it still does a really good job, so there's no reason to change that. But it would be good to get rid of those shelves and just have something that looks a bit better. Now the other room I want to show you, which it's going to be a wee while before I do this one, but our bathroom. So I don't know how much you can see because the sun is on that side. So at the moment we've got a peach coloured bath with pink tiles. There's nothing wrong with the bath aside from the colour, so we're just going to live with that. But I want to basically take out those tiles and use the white subway tiles, the same as in the kitchen, basically up to just under the window. And I want to do it around this side as well, probably just up to the side of the bath, but so basically so that whole area is tiled. This room has already had some changes since we bought the place, so this is a relatively new Vanity unit. The original one was almond ivory, and it had an accident involving a lot of water and basically did the Weet-Bix thing. When we first moved in, all the wood here was varnished, but not very well. So it's got about 3 coats of marine varnish on it that I put on. So that's fine. There's a part of me thinking it'd be quite nice to actually have tiles on the side of the bath as well, but we've got the nice timber there, so I'm probably just going to leave that. The shower room, let's just turn a light on. There's actually not too much wrong with this. It's an acrylic shower. It's probably about 5 years old now, so it's got at least, oops, not quite sure what happened there. That's better. It's got probably at least another 5 years of life left. We would love to go with a wet room, but those are expensive. I'm talking 10 grand. We don't have 10 grand running around. And this room, there's nothing really wrong with it, aside from the fact that the plastering is, well, sorry about the hand there, very similar to the plastering that we had in the dining room area. Crap, in other words. So yeah, that's basically what I'm planning at the moment. The only other room we've got some plans for is the room I'm in at the moment, which is the lounge. I'll just turn you around again. So at the moment, that computer is there just temporarily until I get the dining room finished, and then it goes back in there. And that bookcase is probably going to be repurposed somewhere else. Not quite sure where at this point. But what we want to do is in that corner there and the other side of that branch slider is to actually build and install a bookcase, narrow bookcase, up to the height of the curtain rail probably. Normally I'd do it up to ceiling height, but we've got the cornices at the top, so that's a bit more difficult. Either to the top of the curtain or to the bottom of the cornicing. Not quite sure which. Which we will paint in the same colour as what the walls are going to end up being, which is Resine Quarter T. And that will be where we store all the DVDs and games and so on. Here, under the TV, we've currently got the old TV stand, which is not particularly good, but we are going to be putting instead this chest under it. And the Xbox will sit on top of it, as will the DVD player. And then we will get rid of that very old, probably 1990s TV stand. I think it actually came with a TV back in the day. Would have been a CRT type, more than likely. Yeah, so we've got that. Aside from that, there's not too much wrong with this room. I mean, we can't count the ceilings. The ceilings are horrible. And the medallions in the middle are completely over the top for a 3-bedroom. Well, I suppose in America you'd probably call it a bungalow. Everything's on one level. So, yep. And the hall will also be stripped back and repainted Quarter T. So, ultimately, I also want to replace all this carpet with, I'm not quite sure yet. There's a part of me really likes the idea of engineered wood, but considering the amount of temperature changes we have in New Zealand, I'm not 100% sure how well that would work. There's a part of me thinking that maybe do the whole place in the premium vinyl planking. The upside with that is I should be able to install it myself, which is not something that I could probably do with the engineered wood. It's too expensive, and if I stuff it up, it gets more expensive. So yeah, anyhow, that's what we're looking at the moment. There's a heck of a lot to do outside as well. We're currently ignoring outside because my husband's got some arm injuries. So you can see there we've got a lot of weeds out there. So he can't do anything, which means he can't help with the inside stuff or the outside stuff. Totally not his fault. But it does mean that there's just me to do it, and there is only one of me, And much as I'd love the boys to help, both of them absolutely detest gardening. So they pretty much disappear 5 minutes after you start them on anything. So anyhow, that is it for me for today. I am going to basically close down here, and I will see you guys hopefully in a few days for this one, and I'm hoping I'll be able to show you the fully skim coated kitchen dining area, which would be kind of cool. So